Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to the new members up here. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I did the special report. Probably most of you like those reports because they're a little bit ahead. But what is going on ahead right now today? It's gonna be interesting energies for it. And since I'm saying today, that's mean I'm making it this. It's 2 o'clock and 49 minutes in the morning up here. And talking about this energies, the way I see it, that throughout the day, there's gonna be this learning that we need to do, this balance that needs to be made. But look at it underneath the surface. As you guys know about it, always looking at what's going on underneath the surface. And was looking at into the energy at 7 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna show you. You may want to feel the energy today, like as talking about specifically about the masculine energies, since they were released from Saturn. It's like, okay, I'm ready to go. I need to go. I need to do. I need to fix. I need to sew. And I'm okay. I'm so good and so fine. Who is not fine? The feminine energies, the intuitions, the inner work, the transformation that has not been done. Mars already did that transformation when Mars was at Scorpio. And we're talking about that blockage with Saturn towards Mars and the Sun in there. That was a kind of like the learning, but that was a during the Scorpio season. Now we are talking about ending that Scorpio season since the moon is gonna go back into Scorpio and is gonna join the sun at Sag. But look at it in there in that energy. Try as the masculine energies not to take and go over the hump without your feminine partner because your feminine partner have not ready, is not being transformed. Your feminine energies inside of you have not been changed. Your masculine energies are ready to go, but where is your feminine side within yourself? And this is one of the things that today kind of like don't do it. And don't go and buy impulsive things. Don't go create impulsive situations. Don't create and don't make impulsive decisions in there. And that is going to be one of the learnings from it. Okay. What you need to do is have this um, inner conversations inside of you within your own self, since Mercury is in Capricorn and is trining with Uranus. The universe is asking you, have an honesty, talks about love. What did you have? What you don't? What is it look? What is it not? What do you feel? What do you don't? So if you're purging the old stuff and you getting into this brand new stuff, at some point you're gonna be feel empty. You're not gonna know how to react. And this is why the thing is, if you don't know how to react, don't make impulsive decisions and actions. Okay? Don't. Continue going in your road. That it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna be giving you the chart right about right here, and there you go. All right, is it there? It is there. All right. So talking about 7 o'clock in the morning, when I wake up, the midheaven it's gonna be up at Libra. Seems like yesterday. Pretty much energy. The only thing it is gonna be a different that the moon is gonna be a mid Libra. And talking about this mid Libra situations, it is about the balance with the universe and the balance with the visions in there. But so interesting with this that there's going to be those two yachts that are pointing towards balance. The one of the yachts that you see up here, that is a Saturn and that is a Jupiter. They are pointing your inner work of balance that needs to be done. The other side, that is a Neptune and Uranus that it's pointing out Libra. But if you see this divine energies that are coming from um, Mars and the Sun, that is the energy of empowering to moving into Jupiter. But Jupiter is retrograde, tells you moving, grow up in the soul, grow up within your spirit. Go look at it inside of you. Don't go and thinking about this material stuff now. Now it's not the time. Now it's the time to put your hands here. So the material stuff, when it comes the moment, you to get what you need to do. Um, and what I was saying about this masculine energies, they're gonna be acting on this positive energy. But what you don't see it is that feminine energies, which is Venus, it is opposing Jupiter. And since Venus is also squaring Pluto, that is the time for the masculine energies to look at it in their soul as like, you know what, wait a minute, what I'm doing, I'm going over my feminine. I'm going over my feminine energies. I'm going over my partner. I'm going over my head of my wife. I'm going over my head of my parents. I'm going over the head of my mother, and so on and so on in there. And looking at within yourself, you gotta learn this, that right now it's a learning process curve. Okay? Time for action is gonna comes in. Right now it is to create these revaluations in there. Okay, you may be growth, you may be mature, you may be ready for actions. Good. Good. There's nothing wrong with that. But how about you learning more about the actions that you're about to perform and make it even better, make it even wiser? And this is why the Mercury retrograde is coming, because those communications, the people who's gonna do this energies in there, this impulsive actions, which is that's what Sag is most of it. Those impulsive actions in there, they're gonna be creating things later on. So wait, stay put, and things are gonna be aligning because that energy of Venus, Jupiter is really about grow within your self about material things in the world. Grow, both of it. So talking about in the next hour, the moon is going to be together within that beautiful divine energies. We're talking about the universe tells you in your intuitions. What are you doing? You think you're doing by going over the head and you're going to be doing the right thing. You think you're doing surprises. And this is a one time when most of the time when the masculine does something and they think they're going to do the biggest surprise, they're actually doing things over the head about important things. Okay? And the feminine energy is like, what are you doing? And they're rejecting you. And you're like, what the heck did I did that for? You guys experiencing those moments. But the intuition is going to tell you, wait a minute. Wait. Looking at inside of you. Your divine masculine energies is going to be talking to you through the universe. Okay? You're going to get the right visions about this. You see it that the ascendant is exactly at 8 o'clock with the sun, and that yacht between the sun and the moon, that is the mother and the father putting all together to listen to the universe, to listen at what the universe has for them. Your intuition and your authority to come and working together in the name of what? Of the growth. In the name of the growth. All right, so talking about the next hour, that's going to be focused more about this duality here, on that midheaven. It's going to be at Scorpio directly with Venus. That's going to be opposing Jupiter in there. Be mindful about your things about what you want to do in the house. That's what it's one of the hours. It's like kind of like you're trying to go ahead and buy new furniture on a credit card, and your partner is like, "What are you doing?" No, it's not the time. Wait until after Christmas. It's going to be on sales. Why are you buying it prematurely? And this is what we're talking about. Those kind of like a things that it needs to be looking there. But it's also there is a these transformations that needs to be done. If somebody makes you surprise, and you're not used to surprises, you're not used to this gentleman's way of looking at, thinking about that. Try not to reject if someone makes a romantic gestures in there. That is another part of transformations. You have to also look within yourself if you are feminine. If you are masculine energies in there, somebody make a romantic gesture. Be wise within yourself. Okay? Be wise with those energies. And we're talking about the next tower. The midheaven is going to be at Scorpio. That's going to be opposing the universe. Some of you is going to be rejecting things that come to you, to the universe inside of yourself, the downloads or situations, because you have things that you need to work for it. But you're going to be looking for the reality. And there's going to be a reality check. We're talking about the ascendant that is at Capricorn, who is always about the truth. And talking about that square right here with the moon and Libra, it is the balanced truth. Let me measure it. I see it, but I need to measure it. I need to put it on the scales. That's what I need the scales for it. And this is why the shadows of a doubt, maybe it's coming in at this time, is a balanced truth. It is the balance, right? If you've never been in balance, you're not going to know what balance is. But if you feel good and no worries and no situations, and you're kind of like in your inner peace vibe, and you're kind of like everything is cool. I don't worry. I don't do. I'm okay. I never been that much okay. That is your balance in there. So this is a one of these energies that you have to be really looking for. The ascendant is here at Aquarius, that square the moon and squaring Jupiter right here. This ascendant energy is just coming in to show you what the things are. What are you going to be dealing later on? We're talking about at 7 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to have that midheaven crossing in there of those points for it. But during these hours, that growth, that energy of understanding about money and cooperations with others, it has to be really understood. And this applies to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine, you have masculine and feminine energies inside of you. Okay, but if you're more masculine and you are more feminine, then you're disbalanced because you have different versions within yourself about what the masculine or what the opposite side is inside of you. So take a look at it within this energy that's going to be triggered, what it needs to be growth. Okay, and don't take it things personally. All right, don't, because that it's not going to help you. And we're talking about the next tower, the midheaven. It's going to be at Sag with the sun. That it's the authority in there, but the authority see that something within the vision is not quite right in there. This is going to be only kind of like a glimpse, maybe a missing or misunderstood things, maybe missing a red flag or misunderstanding something as a red flag. Look at it inside of you, but throughout the work with the intuitions and that beautiful yacht towards Uranus right now, this is one of the best beautiful yachts right now currently that we are going to be experiencing today. That is your intuitions in your authority that comes and they work together for a common growth in the universe on earth. Are you bringing heaven on earth? Or are you getting the downloads how to bring the heaven on earth? Probably will. And that's what we're talking about. Because Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus is earth sign. He's the second house. The money, the houses, everything on earth to survive. Are you doing something with survival? Take a look at it with yourself. You probably know. And talking about the next hour, the ascendant is going to be at Aries, the new beginning. You're going to know about this when the moon's going to get there. After the new moon, you're going to be feeling it, this energy. And, but currently, the midheaven is at Capricorn. And that energy of the Capricorn is going to be like, you want a true, a new beginning because you're not ready for the new beginning. I see you at this balance. I see you're going to do the same mistakes. I see you're not ready. What the heck are you going in there? But if you fixed your situations within love, you figured out the truth within yourself, the true communications, your truth to yourself, you have that true growth within you. You have and passed the test of the limitations inside of you. You're ready to fly. You see those angel wings, you're ready to fly. Those negative energies, they're not going to be applied to you. They're going to be applying for the rest of the people, but not for you. Why? Because you already passed that stage. You already passed that information. You already worked that out. You only have to look at the glimpses of that energies, maybe to helping other people. Okay? All right. A little bit of peaceful times, nothing's gonna hurt. All right, we're talking about this is gonna be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Midheaven, it's at Capricorn. You see the energies are a little bit more relaxed in there. Ascendant is on Jupiter, which is point out the war with Venus, but there's nothing going on right now, right? It sounds like what? Quiet before the storm. And when we're talking about quiet before the storm, this energies in there, I'm talking about that you're not seeing it, but the moon and Venus begins to come very close, and the moon begins to square Pluto. If you have not changed your intuitions, how to maintain balance, you have not changed yourself. If you have not learned how to look and stop being going from the future and the past and stop worry about what's going on and how survival is going to be and so on and so on and so on, you still have not have the balance inside of you. Your inner peace and soul and spirit are the one that brings the peace within everything else. You can do the things when they come to you, but don't look above and beyond or what it was in the past. Okay? The past, you can see it only through a rear view mirror on your car. That's it, only for a reference. Ah, good energies, right? Well, here's what I'm talking about in the next hour. The midheaven is going to be together with Pluto. Point out exactly what I was just talking about, this energies. That energies with Jupiter, Pluto, and Venus, and the moon is going to begin to kind of like a comes in it itself. But Ascendant is going to be in Gemini. It says, like, you know what? If you talked right and the love was right, everything is going to be okay. You're going to be the best buddies, the best friends. Who is the best friends? Venus is sextile Mercury, and Venus is looking at to that friendshipness from within. That is a one of the feminine energies, are friend to its own self, not only for an outside. Okay, and that's what Saturn right now it's helping out. You give everything to the masculine energies. What happened to the feminine? Now it's time for you to look at that forgotten side of feminine energies inside of you. This is the one of the things that the feminine energies are working on it. So we're talking about 4 o'clock. The midheaven is here in Aquarius. Ascendant is at Gemini, and we have the moon at Libra. Love is in the air, things is in the air. It's all good, it's all right. Okay, Venus feels good in that way. So far, with angel wings, if you get that chances, everything is okay. The authority and the sun, they're feeling good. Okay, just one thing though. Uranus is in Taurus and he doesn't like revolutions on Earth unless the revolutions are approved by Uranus, by the changes. And oops, that is a what I'm saying. It's another energy. Is try not to do things and actions that they're not aligned with the current energy or they're not aligned with the universe. You're doing the things on your own head. And during the things that you're doing on your own head, there are premature actions. Learned what to wait because both Uranus and Jupiter are retrograde, guys. They are teaching you right now before you act. And this is what is the one of the main need of the divine masculine energies right now is to stay put, learn, wise, enjoy time. Okay, don't put pressures on your feminine side. but at the same time, learn the feminine side to grow. That's what you need to understand. All right. So, talking about the next tower, beautiful energy. You guys seeing it? That energies is about to create the proper family. Everyone is available. Everyone is in that point. Mars is have this beautiful divine energies with Jupiter in the ascendant in there that goes into Pluto. Okay, Venus is trining all this. Okay, this rectangle right here, and you see this beautiful triangle blue that is made it in there between the air and the water signs combinations in there. Emotions are in the air, love is in the air. Okay, as long as you're not opposing things, what you need to mature, you can use that beautiful energy to mature. You to have mature conversations, you to grow. Okay, that's what you are in that energy. This is where the love grows during the hard times. You can love during the great times. Okay, try to love the things when it's a hard time, when there is a hardship, when there is a hard conversations, when there is a heavy material situations, and keep the love there. And only then you'll find out the meaning of love inside of you. So talking about 6 o'clock energy up here, if you seeing it, it's about the family again, the masculine and the authority is thinking about the family. Yes, you should do things about the family, but that midheaven there, it's right here. It's one of the causes is look underneath the surface. Just because you're buying things and you're indulging, that's not love. Pay personal attentions. How are you? What's going on inside of you? How is everything going on with yourself? Is everything okay at school? Is everything okay with that? Is everything okay at work, honey? What this is going on. And all that energy is connecting to the universe. It's coming into you, okay? Because that energy is going into the midheaven. That energy is going to the ascendant. It's all connected in there. But you working at that, you see the issues that you need to look inside. So here is what I was talking to you guys about this 7 o'clock energy. As you see, Jupiter, it's here up on the horizon. The ascendant at Cancer, it is opposing Pluto, squares the moon, and it squares Venus. The moon and Libra, that is the energies that it is about balance. But do you have the balance within the family? And because the moon represents the mother, Venus represents the daughter in there, in this case, be mindful about your communications about what do you think about mother-daughter situations. Okay, as you see it, that Mars and the Sun are traveling together, that is the father-son situations. You need to understand that you have to all go and get along to each other. And who is putting all this together? The universe, Uranus. So the midheaven, that new beginning that it's coming, it goes down to the moon, and it's the same time that it comes down also to Venus in there. That energy going on towards the moon, it goes into the universe and goes into the sun and Mars. But that energy have to be processed. That energy has to be understood. If that energy is not understood, that is a, well, I'm not growing in the material world. You guys, as mom and dad, you didn't did anything for me in the material world. You didn't buy me a house. You don't provide me this. You didn't did that for me. I'm immature. I'm not growing. I can't be like this. Those are about the energies when you're supposed to learn on your own. Nobody has to give you anything. You have to develop on yourself. And this is going to be that transformations that could be a kicked in there. So be very mindful because the ascendant, the focus, the visions, it is at Cancer, is in the family. Be mindful about family situations. But it's all about this awareness of new beginning, new self. You to learn to develop yourself. That is the moon and Venus. They have these divine energies towards the midheaven at Aries. All right, so the storm kind of like a go went away, and now you looking at this issues with the material world. Why? Because you want to control, you want to be the king, the queen, you want to feel like everyone likes you, what you have, but is that yours? Usually, that is it. The energy of the spoiled brat son and daughter, and they show up with everything that they have, but they haven't even did that much work to have it. It's always been given, and that's not gonna be good for the soul. Okay, that's not gonna be good for the soul, and that energy of the ascendant squaring Jupiter and it's opposing Venus right here. Some of the people is gonna be like, what's the big deal? You have all this and all this. Look at yourself. You only kind of like show me all that stuff. I'm not interested in that stuff. I'm interested in the person that you are. Can we have real talk about the person you are deep inside of you? Your wounds, your hurts, your heart. Who are you? Who are the real you? Do you know who you are? That's gonna be triggered in there. Some of the people's gonna be triggered because that conversations for here with Mercury is that divine energies towards that is gonna be. Come on, I want to know where does that come from? Venus is sextiling Mercury, and Mercury is trining Jupiter. That is your exit line. That's the only way to do it. Otherwise, there is no point to talk. If you're only gonna be show off, so I don't need show off. I need real. I want real things. Venus and Scorpio wants real things, guys. And talking about these situations, the midheaven goes together with Jupiter. Yeah, some people are gonna have a cow about this for it, and it's gonna be what I need to do, what I need to rethink, what I need to get in there. Transform. You see, Pluto is squaring midheaven and Jupiter, and Venus is right there to transform. But who else has to transform? Your intuition. Your intuition is coming in and joins Venus, and that's going to happening sometimes overnight, but you're going to feel it early in the morning tomorrow. And we're talking about at 10 o'clock at night. That energy is going to come down a little bit. The universe is going to tell you, don't worry, everything is orchestrated. All you have to do is following that path. Work on yourself, do the things. I prepare some good things for you. I'm showing you the good things when everything was okay. When I go direct, I'm going to release the goodies. If you pass the test, if you got everything, if you learn your lessons and you know understanding the things, it's going to be surprise, all good for you. Yeah, but some people want to control anything and everything, right? And Saturn says, nope, you got to be friend to yourself. You have to heal these things from within you. And this is going to be that the moment where the masculine is going to say, oh my God, I did something that I should have not done. I wasn't that much wise not to do the things that I did today. I'm talking about those masculine energies that they make decisions without consulting the feminine side within themselves. Okay, those premature actions, those premature situations, those premature thinking inside of it. Even if it's with the good intentions, sometimes those things with good intentions and so on, sometimes they're not going to be great. And this is why those masculine energy have to learn the wisdom of cooperation. But that's going to be the lessons during the Mercury retrograde. I'm going to be making the video about that. You guys going to see it. And we're talking about that midnight energy. Guys, I wanted to show you right in here is what are you thinking at midnight if you have not following sleep? Those intense energies that don't allow you to sleep, those toss and turns, and so on. The masculine energies, what should I do to go ahead and do all this. I don't want to have this duality. I don't want to have those dual visions. I don't want to have all these situations. The feminine energies. I don't want to have this fight about the material stuff. I don't want to be this. I need to change, and I'm changing in there. What should I need to do? What should I need to get? All you need to do is seek your internal peace and work with who? Work with the universe. Okay? Focus, allow the things to happen naturally. So that's what it was, the astrogravitational report, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report and wisdom here, guys. Be loved.